Okay, so this is going to be hopefully a quick overview on how to use the attendance module to record attendance and have your students take attendance within Moodle. They cannot take attendance for other students. You can only take attendance for themselves. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So normally I would put it, this screen that you're looking at is an old version of Moodle, so it's not the current version, but its concept's still the same. So I would put it under announcements or whatever the first block. You can put it whatever you want, doesn't matter. But click on activity. After you click on editing, you have to turn on the editing function. Then click activity. Now you can search for attendance and grab that, and that'll open up this little add. It's kind of like add a quiz or add a test or assignment or anything like that. I'm going to leave it attendance. I'm going to call it attendance 3 because I've done this a couple of times now, and they don't always delete the way you'd like them to. So expand all. Down here, I'm going to leave them as a point. Maximum grade is 100. You have to create a category just like you would quizzes and tests and homework, assignments and written reports and different things. So create an attendance category. I'm going to pause here. Let me see. Just as a quick reminder to set this attendance category, you go to the grade book. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to, let me stay on this page for a minute. I'm going to go down here and save and return to course. I want to make sure you get this down. Apologize for it being slow. Okay, so go to the grade book. Set up under grade book. And you see I have attendance 3. It showed up there for a second. Here it is, attendance 3. And so to create a category, you just click add category, and that's how you can create these different categories. I think everybody is taught should know that right now. Anyway, just wanted to show that real quick. From the course panel, once you've added attendance recording, just click attendance. This is how you create the parameters. So you can add a session, report, export, status set. The rest most of these aren't really relevant, but the status set is important if you want to give a different kind of category of attendance. So you have a present remote, so that's like online, a late student, excused student, absent student, and then you can put values in there. You can control, like they can't record themselves present after, let's say, 15 minutes. So if they're late for 15 minutes, then they cannot record themselves as present. They can record themselves as late. And you can say, okay, I give them 30 minutes to be late. And then after that, they're automatically absent. And this said, I believe the way this works is automatically set when not marked. So I think once it defaults to the end, it automatically marks them as absent when they get a 0 point. I think that's the way it worked. I'm still trying to verify that. Okay, so let's say add a session. So most classes are 90 minutes long. Just for the sake of observation, today is the 23rd. I'm going to leave that on the 23rd. I'm going to say from the time 10:45 to 1500. You can do multiple sessions. Repeat this session above on every, let's say Tuesday, because today's Wednesday. Let's do it Wednesday. And then give it a date range. So I started on the 23rd. I'm just going to jump over for a month. I'll go to July 28th. Allow the student to record own attendance. This sets them to do it themselves. Set unmarked at end of session. This is where I believe that it automatically sets them to absent if you set it up that way. So click add. Okay, now you have all of the sessions. So this would normally be for, like, I teach on Thursday night, so it would be Thursday, whatever the dates are, 1830 to 2030 or 2000. And I can take attendance myself. I can let the students do it, which is what I want them to do. Okay, so let me pause this for a second. So now I'm logged in as a student over here on this page. And so this is, they'll see the first heading, they click on attendance. And this is what the student does. Now they see their sessions that are available that they can record Wednesday, June 23rd, starting at 10:45. So class has not started yet because it's actually at 10:44 on my computer. So I'll pause, let the clock go. Okay, my computer now says it's 10:45, so let me refresh this page. This is what the student sees. This is not what the teacher sees. The student sees this page. Now you see the Wednesday, 23rd June at 10:45 a.m. Now it says submit. Next week, Wednesday, the 30th of June, they cannot submit anything yet at this time. So when they click submit, they can choose themselves as present, late, excused, or absent. Don't know why that doesn't have present, remote. Let me pause for a second, look at something. So I want to jump back to this other screen where we set up the statuses. And notice I had to put a 0 in here for available for students after so many minutes. I said 0. Present remote is not available at this time because I set that up incorrectly. That's why it does not show up over here. But I'll let them choose present, save the changes. Okay, so now it shows present, self-recorded. They get 2 points out of 2 points. So now when I come back over to the grade book, you slide back over here to this page, I'll go to the grade book. So that was under Julie's name. So I take a look at the user report for Julie. Scroll down, here's attendance 3. It should populate. Yeah, attendance 3 shows 100%, gives her the 0 to 100 points, so she gets credit for attendance. So if she didn't check attendance correctly, forgot to check it or whatever, then automatically she would not get credit for attending that class. Now I can go back in and override that if the student contacts me and says, oh, please give me attendance credit. I can do that. It's really simple to do. Let me step out of this for just a minute. Back to the application or the module and click into it. And then I can come over here and click, I believe, change attendance. So I could click here. And I can change her to present remote. Still self-recorded, but present remote. Save it. She'll still get the credit for it. But that's a simple thing. You'll have to play around with these and kind of test and see how it works. But the biggest thing is under the sessions, you want to create all your sessions starting at whatever the exact time is of your starting session of your class and going to the end, and then make sure that like whether it's at 10:45 or 07:30 for Saturday morning first class or whatever. If you don't put that time in there correctly, they won't be able to come over here. They won't be able to see it over here. So if you had noticed, there was more than just Wednesday. Right now I have Wednesday the 23rd, Wednesday the 30th of June. It only picked up 2, although I have them all scheduled. But those will populate in this section here for the students at the beginning of each class, and they can just check off how they want to do it. So that's one of the ways to keep attendance instead of trying to do it through Shelby like we have done in the past, which was very difficult. It's a little bit easier to monitor. You can monitor them yourself. You can record them yourself. You could have the students record whatever you want to do. But it does automatically tie to the grade book as long as you're as long as you've got it set up that way. Okay, I was going to show you one more thing, but I don't actually remember now what it was. You can, we'll add this, so let's add a session. There's these little symbols. These are, you can force a password. You can have a QR code. I really don't understand how the QR code actually is supposed to work. I've not been able to get it to work yet. The password seems to work. So when a student begins to record their password or their attendance here, before they can click present, they have to enter a password. And you can make that be different for every, write it up on the board. Here's your attendance password for this session, or make it all the same or not have a password at all. Whatever you want to do. It's pretty straightforward. But a student can only do theirs. They cannot do another student's. They can't see another student's attendance. Only the instructors can see that. Hope this will be a profitable or beneficial tool in the classrooms.